Oh, McGregor!
What's left of him?
So you know when I say to be quiet after I start the thing and keep all the pointless chit chat to a minimum. No, just freestyle it. Go your own way. It doesn't make any difference. One of us trying to maintain some sort of semblance of professionalism, maybe put a bit of a slick production value behind this whole thing. No, I'm just going to start rootling around for my dog-eared wank sheet of Ewan McGregor at this point and telling everybody about it. Fuck it. You three do it. I'm going to sit here and get drunk.
I'm on my way already.
So that's perfectly fair, Russ.
Are we live?
Complete fucking... you
Are
you
we
go to all
live
this
now?
effort, you get yourself looking all pretty, and it's the fucking same every week, isn't it?
Hello, this is the intro. I mean, it is literally the intro.
One of you going to start this off, or
We actually
have been for some time?
We are very much live, yes.
Hello and welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast. We're live on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hello, wave, everyone, wave. Russ, you too, wave, everyone, wave. Hello, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify, iTunes, or whatever other platform you might have picked up this podcast on, hello as well. Welcome. This is going to be the last podcast before Christmas Day. We are recording it on the 23rd of December, which feels like an almost unimaginable year with the backdrop of 2020, which I think all of us can quite safely say it can do one. But we're not here to talk about 2020. We're here to talk about Christmas in general. What are the things about Christmas in general that you would like to do one? There's plenty of other things. Let's go for something generic. Socks. Like someone giving you socks, or like the second person to give you socks. That can do one. That's
I don't mind that. I quite rely on Christmas to re-up my socks for the year.
Yeah,
I really do now. I don't
You
buy
do.
socks. I just wait for Christmas.
You
or
get to a
birthday.
point, it happens around sort of 30, 35, where you realise you actually would rather get socks than a Lego set.
yeah. I mean, most of my socks are ankle warmers till Christmas, so yeah, I just need some actual socks.
Yeah.
What, the ones from the previous Christmas wear down to the point where they're literally like trainer socks.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
like, fresh pair.
Yeah, exactly. Well, either that or they just ride up my ankles through the day because they are literally a hole at the end that just kind of like moves up.
Dan obviously
yeah.
puts his socks to a lot more punishment than most people that are
Absolutely.
no
They get-
longer
they get
teenagers.
tested. They get tested.
Fucking hell. Awesome. So look, I'm going to hand over to Dan because he's always very good at summing these up very quickly and shooting us off with the first one. Dan, over to you.
Okay, so like I'm kind of the Grinch of the group anyway, I think, but I do think it's fun to sit down and say what would make Christmas better if it just fucked off. So like what things in Christmas do you think, why do we need that? What would make Christmas better if we just didn't have them here? Now,
Christmas itself. Fuck off.
we're going to try and avoid stuff like that. So I hope everyone's got a beverage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Things we can't mention tonight. Christmas itself fucking off. We'll
Right.
let you have that one as a freebie there, Duncan.
I also disagree with that.
Tier 4, we're not allowed to mention that, or lockdown as well. Okay? They are obvious things that we would like to fuck off, but obviously...
Obviously,
we've
we'll
got
include coronavirus in that. as well.
coronavirus,
Yeah.
anything in that kind of ballpark. We're talking small things, minor changes that would make Christmas better, and we're going to do it in a jolly way. So it's not going to be like majorly downbeat, although I've got a couple that I'm going to need to spin somehow in a jolly way. But we'll get to that in a bit. So yeah, who wants to kick us off?
You.
Me.
Yeah, it's your idea.
Okay, EastEnders. It's depressing as fuck. Like the Christmas edition of EastEnders is always the most depressing one. We're guaranteed about 4 people will die in a horrendous way whilst there's some fucking carol singing going on. So let's just not have that. People that watch EastEnders can probably do without EastEnders or hire new writers that are going to do something fun at Christmas.
So you're not saying we don't have an EastEnders Christmas special, it's just it maybe just goes quite well for everybody for 1 year?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Comic Relief EastEnders special where it was literally a song and dance musical number?
Yeah.
with Phil Mitchell had a beautiful blonde wig with curtains like Zach Morris, and he was like
Yeah.
smiling and wandering through the square, like sort of shaking his hair around and stuff like that. He looked the happiest I've ever seen him. It was absolutely fantastic. That is what the Christmas special should be. It should be a
100%.
meet up at the Old Vic and Phil Mitchell with a wig. And do you know what? Phil Mitchell, it could be heroin Phil Mitchell for all I care. As long as he's got the wig and he's got a smile on his face, I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
They could do, because Coronation Street's Christmas one is sometimes actually quite jolly. They make it a wee bit more light-hearted. But I would actually throw in Emmerdale as well, because Emmerdale's is usually the pub exploding or
Yeah.
something,
So-
or a barn fire.
So I don't know what's happened, but at some point I've obviously clicked yes to a load of stuff on my laptop, and I get updates on soap operas that pop up on the right hand side, like repeatedly. I'll probably get about 5-6 in a day. And you're right. I now know that Emmerdale is depressing as fuck as well, like only because of these updates that come up. Like, so yeah, I agree. Emmerdale can probably do one in that sense as well.
Yeah. I guess maybe it's like the sort of the thought is, well, we want the audience to see people having an even like a guaranteed shitter time than they are. So no matter how awful their Christmas is, they're like, well, our uncle didn't explode, so it's probably for the best.
The adopted daughter I never knew I had didn't just get run down by a car. Like that kind of stuff. Like, at least let's be happy that didn't happen.
But they are always a bit intense, aren't they?
Yeah.
It was different sitting around to watch Top of the Pops on Christmas Day, because it was all upbeat like Christmas songs, and we'll get to that in a bit. But it was generally all like upbeat.
Yeah,
like,
nice,
and-
upbeat. One of the less harmful paedophiles presenting it. It was all jolly, wasn't it?
And now we have Gary Glitter with his new Christmas song. Yeah, maybe that was a little bit problematic. Yeah.
Hang on,
But,
that was Top of the Pops, like way back. Like that wasn't when like Connie Huck, and Katie.
Did
wasn't it?
Connie
Hill.
Huck?
Connie Huck did Top of the Pops for ages.
she?
It's one of the main reasons why I watched it, because I was young and teenage and had hormones going all over the place.
I'm still deeply in love with Connie Huck. So
Yeah, me too.
That's
Me too.
that's never
She
changed.
is so smart. Did you ever see that fantastic The Great British We that she did with Charlie Brooker?
Well, I think that's how they met.
Is it?
Yeah, doing that.
Doing The Great British We?
She's got that great
Fantastic.
line. She says, "I'm a 35-year-old woman, but for some reason I look like a 12-year-old boy."
Yeah. 25% of all men in the UK suffer from shy cock.
It's a real problem.
Yeah, it's a real problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, EastEnders, that's a real
Fuck off.
problem.
Yeah.
That can fuck off.
off.
Or just those EastEnders scripts can fuck off and just replaced by some people
just don't-
having a nice time.
I've never understood it. Like, I understand people that, like, my household never turned the TV on at Christmas anyway. On Christmas Day, my granddad walked out once because we wanted to watch Top of the Pops. He went for a walk. He was so angry, just went for a walk on his own.
Going for an angry walk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Angry walk.
I don't understand people that will go, okay, so like, yeah, we'll sort of watch Top of the Pops, that's fine.
Yeah, and it's
People
like
then
an
turn
hour
EastEnders.
long, isn't it? The Christmas Day one.
Yeah. Like, why are you doing that to yourselves? No.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
do one.
The
It's
TV
in,
will.
it's in the bin.
Fuck off.
Staying with the TV then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Queen's Speech. Just fuck off. Do one. I don't watch it. Who watches it? No. I do not want to hear from our reptilian overlords. No. None of that shit.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's not even recorded live. Well, it's not even on the day, is it? It's like, at some point in the summer, it's been a tough. Yes, we know it's 2016 was.
I've got to be
something.
honest. This is the one year I'll be mildly interested to
gonna
watch it.
watch
Like,
it.
how the fuck is she going to spin this?
Like, yeah, it's been a difficult year. Yeah, your son's a nonce as well. Deal with that. So, like, just
My son is a nonce.
yeah, just like
I would
it's
love that.
like
Why doesn't she? I would love it if she
So
said
this is the
something
point where we should sprinkle
a
a
lot
few
of us-
allegedlys around.
allegedly.
Yeah,
Oh my
allegedly.
god, he's allegedly.
I would
nonce.
love it if she started off.
Her
with
alleged
kind of-
son.
Alleged son.
He's allegedly a
It's
nonce.
been
Allegedly.
He's
been
not the one whose
eventful-
parentage is in question, is he?
It's been an eventful year, and some of you have been sat in your living rooms looking at all the walls that need DIY and attention. And it's
I've been in
quite
my
a
40
revealing year.
I've been in my 40-bedroom
I
mansion.
discovered that my son was a paedophile in the midst of a global pandemic. It's almost as if the apocalypse is upon us.
But anyway, how about that Joe Exotic?
How about that? Yeah, he'll never recover financially from this.
Princess Margaret
And-
definitely watched Tiger King.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So of course, obviously, allegedly a paedophile, but what's the saying? Guilty until proven innocent. I mean,
unless they got Olivia Colman to do it, that would be really
Yeah.
wicked.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
That would be
Like a-
that would be better.
Do you remember how we went apeshit when, like, do you remember the Olympics? Just stop for a second. That was fucking great, wasn't it? That year, just that period of time, which feels like it just.
Well, it was great from 10 minutes into the opening ceremony. We were all bitter and twisted and cynical about it until then.
But that was
because
only
we
8
remembered
years ago.
Boris waving a flag.
Yeah.
Like, no. It's
And
gonna
the
go
fact that
wrong.
they forgot to actually ask anyone to sort of check tickets at the door until 10 minutes before
This,
it opened, and they had to draft the army in. It looked pretty shambolic until it got going.
Yeah, it's almost like the warning signs were there, isn't it?
it was a classic British production, though, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
that's classic British. Everything's all a bit. It's like us. Our podcast tonight. It was
Yeah.
exactly the same. It started with literally no professionalism whatsoever, and then
Yeah,
suddenly
but
it rallied.
In our defence, our budget is significantly less, and we don't have the reputation of Great Britain on our shoulders for the next 4 years.
Well,
No,
considering the subject we're dealing with right now,
They could do worse.
that we do.
I'm just thinking, after this year, can we have another Olympics year?
Well,
that
no,
was-
apparently.
Oh shit!
It's not actually how it works.
because of the COVID as well.
Yeah.
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 Drink.
Oh shit!
Don't have to neck your drink, just a finger.
But yeah, I mean, like,
Finger down.
if someone told you that they watched the Queen's speech,
Mm.
you'd be a bit suspicious of them, wouldn't you?
Really am.
But I'd
Like,
immediately think
anyone-
gammon.
Anyone under the age of 50, yeah, like I
It's
think-
probably unfair, but in my head, you've instantly become like a mustard yellow trouser wearing, pint waving Brexit supporter. Waving a pork
Well, all
pie
those
around in
lorries
one
want to
hand
be
and
there.
flicking the V's off the White Cliffs of Dover on the other hand and watching the Queen's speech in the middle. I'm sure that's not true.
I've encountered these people. Honestly, there are some people who finish almost every sentence while they're waving their pipe with, "That's why we've got to leave." It's like literally, it's everything. It's just like no pork scratchings. Are you fucking kidding me? This is why we've got to leave. I mean, seriously, if there's no pork scratchings now, can you imagine what it's going to be like if the European Union keeps its claws in us? Fucking hell, this is why we've got to leave.
Yeah, the
Can I-
European
can I
Union, where we
suggest-
where we get
in
most of our
Aaron-
pork imports from.
Can I suggest that this
Yeah.
might come up later?
Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So we've
Yeah,
done
so Queen's
Christmas
speech.
specials, Queen's speech.
Not all Christmas specials. Some like Doctor Who Christmas specials are generally quite good. Like even the depressing ones have a message to them, which is good.
We're just keeping EastEnders and Emmerdale.
Especially over dramatic soap opera Christmas episodes.
Yes, I don't want Phil Mitchell like slumped against the bar after his wife's left him downing a bottle of Jack Daniels on Christmas Day. That's what I don't really want.
Didn't the Queen Vic burn down one Christmas Day?
I think it very much did
Because
yeah.
it was when they switched to HD and they needed to upgrade the set.
because the set looked shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Queen Vic is like Hell House. It never gets destroyed. It's always there in some way, shape, or form, and it just slowly. It's like Christine. It slowly rebuilds itself. And the bust is always there. It's the bust is the centre of all the power,
Yeah.
even when it was stolen that one time. Or bummed. I can't
I-
remember. It was either bummed or stolen. I can't remember.
I've never been in a family that's watched the Queen's speech, but my grandparents always used to love reading up what she said after, like immediately after. Like they've gone out of their way to not watch the Queen's speech and then hit up like teletext or whatever to like look at
Teletext.
what she said in her speech. Like, what does she actually fucking say in her speech?
What the government tells her to say.
Well, yeah, it is
No,
kind of
it's-
broadly scripted by the government, isn't it?
Like last year, there was one of, what was it, 2016? Like that she attempted some.
It was last year, or was it
Some
2016? Definitely one of those 2 years.
There was one where she tried to sort of spin up a wee bit. It was last year, hope and stuff, and
No, you're thinking of the end of Rogue One.
yeah,
She's a princess. She's not queen.
yeah. There was a point to this.
Sorry, Duncan.
No, but Channel 4 always do an alternative or they did do the alternative Queen's Speech.
I think they
which
still
was-
do. Yeah, it can be quite good.
Yeah,
Sometimes they
When
go
do
a
they
bit
get to do
too
it?
Channel 4 about it. It's just someone edgy, basically.
Okay.
They had
So-
Mahmoud Ahmadinejad do it once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Sometimes they go a bit too Channel 4 about the whole thing.
Yeah. It's Jon Snow. That's all we ask. It's fine. And
Oh,
I'm not talking
Jon
about
Snow.
Jon
John's doing
Snow.
this, yeah. I'll have a little Google.
I'm talking about Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. Not good Jon.
King of the North. Oh no,
Kit Harington.
Yeah, he can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Queen's Speech. Yeah, I don't really know what they talk about in the Queen's Speech. Like I've never watched it, so
it's just the reptilians. It's just telling them what the breeding program actually is.
I
And
hope
whether-
someone's not getting a David Icke book for Christmas.
No,
It's just I think to be honest, it's the irony of I think someone who is, you know, arguably for all the good they might do in the country, sits in quite a privileged position and in quite a safe place,
Yeah.
and then does a speech about how we've got to dig deep for the 400th year of austerity. You know,
A lot of
like,
my fellow old people have died this. Oh God, damn it!
Yeah.
I need to
I
stop.
haven't because I have access to excellent medical care.
Yes.
You know, and Philip's
Yes.
bladder is literally made of hemp now.
They haven't announced who's doing it this year, but so last year it was John Burko. 2018, Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer.
I mean, I
But-
missed that.
But then in 2017, it was 5 children that survived Grenfell. And
Oh,
the year before
yeah.
that, it was Brendan Cox, husband of Joe Cox.
Oh,
You know, so like they get some. Yeah, Edward Snowden's done it.
So this year it'll probably be
Nigel Farage.
Rashford,
I've drunk far
Marcus
too much
Rashford.
already. Marcus Rashford. There you go. That's how you get to do it.
Yeah, that'd be quite good actually, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Oh, can we
I'd
talk
like to
about
see Mr.
How did
Wilson.
he not win Sports Personality of the Year? Bear in mind that Lewis Hamilton doesn't have a personality.
Okay, we're going to stop. I hate this argument. So, Sports Personality of the Year is simply because they need a title for the trophy. So it's Sports Personality of the Year because they can't say Sports Person of the Year. I don't know why they can't say Sports Person.
So you do have to actually have like done some good sport.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to have done some good sport. So, like, as much as I would have loved to have seen Marcus Rashford win it, because I think he's been excellent, Lewis Hamilton did break Michael Schumacher's record this year, and did win another world title.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, but you have to admit that it is a contradiction in terms when you say Lewis
He-
Hamilton has won sports.
I think Lewis
Personality of the
Hamilton's
Year.
got more personality than most Formula One drivers. And
He's-
Lewis Hamilton did a ton for Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, but that's like
He
saying
did,
Lewis
but, like,
Hamilton
he-
has more personality than Sack.
None of it's
Yeah, but
to be honest, it's
compared
not
to-
really his fault. None of
Yeah.
them really have a personality since like the Bernie Ecclestone era because
Because
they've
otherwise they're
massaged and
crashing
PR'd
towards.
them so much.
They either have personalities, or they're actually really good drivers.
I mean,
like, they
I think
multiple
they're all
championship.
really good drivers. I'm
They're
gonna
all
put that
pretty
out there.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're all
but-
quite good at this driving.
It's
yeah.
it's that problem with elite level sport is you think there are people who are shit in there. That's why
Yeah.
at any
Okay.
sport there needs to be one spectator randomly selected who has to take part. Because you watch the men's 100 meters final, and the guy that comes in last, you're like, oh, fucking look at this slow coach at the back there. But what would be much better is if the camera just stayed there on the finish line for another 30 seconds or so, and then just some bloke goes drags himself across the line. Or, you know, you've got the Formula 1 starting grid, and then there's a bloke in a Vauxhall Vectra in position 3, and he finishes a day and a half after everyone else.
Oh, okay. So I think that
Just need
is
some sense of
taken slightly
perspective.
out of context.
Yes,
I genuinely think that would make sport better.
I'd watch it.
I would watch it.
Onboard cameras and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
I mean,
One
I
one
would watch
one person on each team playing football is like a seat just lights up and it's you.
I would love to see that in the NFL. Just like someone
Yeah.
going in.
And starting blocker.
Yeah.
And obviously it would really affect like
He'll
nobody
be
would go and watch
right.
the Olympic diving if you thought there was a 1 in 500 chance that you would have to attempt a triple reverse pike off of the 10-meter board.
Because I would just do running bomb. Like,
Yeah, but from that height, you would split in half.
A running bomb.
Now playing at left tackle though. 5'4", 160 pounds.
Yeah. They do the
Just,
little huddle at the start, and the guy's just like, what? And he's just a red streak on the
being
floor.
carried into the quarterbacks. Yeah. Anyway, Queen's speech. Yeah, bit shit.
Yeah, Queen's
I agree.
speech.
Yeah.
That's in the bin. That's in the
In,
bin.
done.
Fucking do one.
Oi, Liz,
Cancelled it.
fuck off. Yeah.
Cancel it. Get it.
So we had Queen Vic, we've had Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, there we go. oh,
I've had
Dan,
a-
that
yeah.
was marvellous. That was.
I've had a couple of beers. Let's keep going.
Dan. All right, cool. I'm going to go with the easy one. The one that we discussed on WhatsApp, just to get it out there, because I think there's going to be a lot of people that will relate to that. Obviously, it's Michael Bublé's Christmas album, which has to fucking do one.
Yeah, fuck off.
Because this guy released that one, that Christmas album, 15 years ago. So why he sees the need to fucking release it every year after that, I don't understand.
So is it still sort of swing inflected covers of classic Christmas hits?
Yeah, it's the same album. It's the exact same album.
Exact same album, same song. exact same album.
It's just Bubbles coming out to do crooning
Mm-hmm.
of Christmas songs
Yeah.
because he thinks he's Sinatra.
Do you know what I hate? There's one song in particular I hate on it because I've heard it a lot. He does a cover of Santa Baby, but he does Santa Buddy, and that really annoys me for some reason.
I could
I'm just
understand.
like-
That
I'm
is
just like-
incredible. Just sing the fucking song.
Just fucking lean into it. Just fucking do it. No one cares. Just fucking yeah.
It's not, you know.
Emma's-
I'm not calling Santa Baby.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
it's
yeah.
Santa Buddy. 'Cause,
Yeah.
But that-
you know,
that does just-
Lads!
It really does just like you would not blink if he sang
Yeah.
the original lyric,
No,
but now it
no.
just makes you think. So what he thinks that like we'll all think he's gay if he calls Santa
Yeah.
Baby.
And also, even if we did, we wouldn't give a shit. So, what does it matter? Like, just fucking lean into
Emma
it.
is not happy about this, by the way, because she would like to mount a defence which goes on the fact that sometimes you just need in the background some soft crooning that you do not need to pay attention to, but it covers up the
Put a Frank
mind-numbing
Sinatra album
boredom.
on then.
You know, Dean Martin released a Christmas album, right?
Yeah,
Ella
that would be a lot
Fitzgerald
better.
released a Christmas album.
Whoa! I'm not supporting.
Phil no.
her.
You stop to have a conversation. This is happening. Phil Spector's Christmas album is perfect for that. Phil
Phil
Spector.
Spector's Christmas album is perfect for that, by the way.
Yeah.
so we should
Focus
do
on the
that,
music.
not
Focus on the
Michael Bublé.
music.
Focus on the music, not that he killed someone. Because he did kill someone, and according to the Ramones, liked to threaten to kill a lot of people. So
Yes,
but, yeah.
he did wave a gun around quite a lot.
Yeah, he did that. He waved it at the Ramones quite a lot to the point where he made Johnny Ramone play the same chord, the opening chord for one of the songs for 7 hours. So whilst
Yeah,
he was
but
waving a
Frank-
gun at him,
Frank Reynolds waves a gun at most people. So, like, I mean, what's the problem? I mean, are we okay with that?
I don't have a problem as such with the John Bublé,
John Bublé.
Michael Bublé.
the Michael Bublé Christmas album. Really, I have a problem with its continued existence. Like, it's not a Christmas classic. Like, it's
So it's not
yeah.
Bublé himself. It is
Yeah.
the fact that his album. It's that his. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know how microphones work?
Oh, you asked that question. The answer is a clear no. Well, let's face it. None of us really do.
No. Magic thing makes voice sound okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, Duncan, you were saying it's not the man.
I don't
It's
know.
not the man,
Sometimes
it's
at work,
just
somebody
the
asks me a
music.
technical question like that, and
Yeah.
I have to kind of go, cardioid.
It's not even the music. It's the fact that it's covers of. He doesn't do anything particularly controversial on it. It is croony songs that have already been crooned, because that's
Also-
what he's made a career from doing.
it's
That is what
recycled
it's-
crooning.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that is what is coupled with the annual fake excitement and overwhelmed sort of reaction of TV presenters who are like, we're delighted to have Michael Bublé with us, who is promoting, of course, his new album. What was the album from the trip? Oh, yeah, Holly Leaves and Christmas Trees with Michael Bublé. Here we go. We're gonna go over to Michael Bublé right now, and it's just this incessant excitement that the man has basically been in the recording studio for a couple of weeks, again singing the same songs. That he sang 12 months ago.
I just think it's, I don't know. I just think
Michael Bublé remastered. This is the 2012 recording, updated for 2020. Here we go.
I just think there's better. He doesn't say the naughty word in Fairy Tale of New York now. So like, I just think there's just better, like Christmas albums out there.
Mm-hmm.
But and I think that
personal favorite Christmas albums.
Bob Dylan, Christmas in the Heart. He cannot fucking sing, and it doesn't matter.
No.
Christopher Lee's.
Christopher Lee has a Christmas album.
Yes,
amazing.
Christmas metal album. It's awesome.
I'll be back in half an hour. I'm just going on Spotify.
Also, like the Phil Spector Christmas album is really fucking good. Like it is. It's someone who's taken a Christmas album seriously. So seriously, he probably pointed a gun at a lot of people to get the best performances out of them. But
The man got results.
got results because it is really good.
He's a maverick, gets the job done, waves a few guns at people. It gets a bit frilly at points, but it gets pressed. That's the point.
Yeah, it's very good. What about you guys then? Favorite Christmas album?
The one we play all the time is the Tim Wheeler and Emmy the Great one, which is
great,
phenomenal, and it's mostly original songs as well. It's funny and just genuinely brilliant songs.
Yep.
We got a classic event. Oh, sorry.
No, that's right. No.
Go on.
No.
It's just because sometimes I've had that 6.6% beer, and then when things pop into my head, sometimes they just have to come out. I'm sorry.
That's cool. That's the chapter of your book right there. So I'm gonna throw out the Tijuana Christmas album, which was by Herb Alba and the Tijuana band, which is phenomenally fun to have on when you've got Christmas dinner going on, because it's got like sort of Christmas versions of Little Spanish Flea. And, oh mate, your tree fell down behind you. There we go.
Very lovely.
Very good. Very Christmassy. It's very nice. I don't have anything Christmassy up here. Yes.
Can I tell you my favourite?
Some small. Where are they? That side. Christmas lights behind me.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm wearing a Christmassy T-shirt, but you can't see it.
I'm wearing a Christmassy Batman jumper because what's more Christmassy than justice? My favourite Christmas song, by the way, I want to get this out there because I fucking love this song and I've been preaching about this. Tom Petty did a Christmas song, and it is not on any Christmas compilations, and it should be on every single fucking one because it is brilliant. It's upbeat. It's Tom Petty being Tom Petty. It's Christmas Time Again, I think it's called.
Nice.
It's really, really good.
It really is. Dan shared it with me last night, and I had to listen to it. It was fantastic.
I watched Tom Petty sing the phone book, but yeah, still.
I think we've only got one Christmas album, because I am actually quite Scroogey about these things, and it's a classic FM one, and that was for when we hosted Christmas last. So that will be my favourite because it's the only one we've got. It's quite nice because it's got,
like popping a bit of classic FM on Christmas morning.
Well, because it's all the carols, and that was the main thing.
All the carols and all the Karens. Am I right?
Speaking of the Karens, they can do Christmas Karens.
They're not really a Christmassy thing, are they? Although I imagine it kind of makes them more Karen-y.
Yeah.
Poor, I know some very nice people called Karen. They must hate all this.
Too. They all seem to work in customer service for like Sainsbury's.
But most of the Karens I know are genuinely really lovely. I can't think. You know what? I'll scratch that. All the Karens I know are genuinely lovely. I can't think of an arsehole Karen that I actually know.
One of the nicest people I know is called Karen. And I know a couple of Karens, so...
All right, guys, all right. We don't have to justify it. It's a bit in the zeitgeist. It's absolutely fine. Anyone that we know called Karen, we can probably assume is exempt from any Karen-related bashing.
But it's a sort of US-centric thing, isn't it? So maybe the name has a different demographic over there.
Except for Karen, my neighbour, There was a. I don't know. There might be someone called Karen. If you are, and you know who I am, then fuck you. And you're not putting your bins out properly. And since when did people just start ignoring the fact that my lights just got off? When did people just start ignoring the fact that it says no fucking food waste on the front of the bin? That label is there for a reason.
Oh, you put your food waste in the little stinky one. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, no one wants
There we
the
go.
food waste, and that's how you get maggots.
Fuck you, Karen.
Sorry, classic FM album, Duncan.
Very nice.
It's good, cool.
I think. What's? I don't know what Emma's favourite. I don't really have a favourite Christmas song. I generally hate most of them.
I like the Christmas rap as well.
Oh no, I do. I have a favourite. I love the Bloody Darkness song. That is the
Don't Let the Darkness
darkest
That's,
Christmas
it's
song.
a good song.
It's a good
It's
song.
not
I
played
mean,
enough.
they obviously set out to recreate a 70s/80s Christmas hit, and they nailed it.
Without the risk of nonce.
I was about to say mine is nonsense, yeah. Congratulations, Duncan.
Right, that's got a bold new twist on the Christmas formula. We're going to do it exactly the same,
No nonsense.
but no kiddie
No
fiddling.
nonsense.
Justin, that'll never work.
I-
The British public expects a certain level of nonce with their Christmas hit.
Well, no,
Yes.
no. The British public is prepared to accept
Oh,
a
yes.
certain level of nonsense.
As far
you're
as I'm
doing
aware,
Wham.
nobody in Slade was a nonce, were they? Or were they?
No,
Oh.
Slade was fine. And despite the fact he says, all right, kids, take it, Wizard were fine as well, and Roy Wood was absolutely fine. As far as we're aware. Anyway, might be wrong.
I am a big fan at the very last knock-ins of Christmas Eve when me and Jodie usually had a couple to try and get us to sleep because of the excitement of Christmas Day. Sprouts! Oh my god, we're gonna have sprouts! Is Merry Motherfucking Christmas by Eazy-E.
Yes!
Merry Motherfucking Christmas and a ho ho ho! I mean, it's just
Awesome.
brilliant.
I
How are you
also
cooking
quite
your sprouts?
You've got to chop the end cross, and then that's in. Just boil them. We were obviously, if we were around my mum's house, we were going to have them with horse chestnuts as well.
You've made a classic,
but-
you've colossal mistake there by boiling them. So you've rendered them basically inedible.
Why you boil them and then you finish them off with steam?
Like blanch
braise them
them in hot water into a frying pan, lardons, chestnuts, or very finely sliced.
Or you braise them in red wine with
Oh, there we fucking go.
carrots.
That's
and
put
it-
me in.
That's
That's put me in
That'd
my.
work, yeah.
Carrots.
That's put
Yeah.
me in my place.
Yeah.
Actually,
that wasn't very Christmassy, Russ. That wasn't.
no.
No, but
Bring
you've learned
the
something.
hate.
I think everyone should drink for that.
I've actually run out. I can't carry on drinking unless I leave the stream.
Yeah, I'm going to finish seeing the only other thing in here that I could drink that's got a percentage on it is a bottle of hand sanitizer.
Right.
Um,
Russ.
Everclear did do a really good song.
They
which
did.
Is,
Did they?
I Will Be Hating You at Christmas. I really like that song.
Nice.
If anyone's watching us on the stream, don't be shy. Tell us about any people called Karen that you don't like.
Specifically, first name, obviously, surname,
First surname and address.
yeah,
is
address, photo, and then Tom will just track them down and
Yeah.
flick them the V's.
Tell them off for not putting food waste in the bins. Yeah.
Food waste in the bin, Karen. I see it every year. Every year, Karen. I haven't said anything until now, and that was my mistake. But from now on,
Now it's on
every
you.
Mm.
yeah, now it's on you, Karen. You've got the Christmas gooch to sort this out, right?
Christmas
Gooch, by the way, is the best saying, Russ. I use it constantly now.
I can't claim credit for coming up with that. I think I don't know where that came from, but it's
Christmas
always been the
gooch.
Christmas gooch or Betwixtmas.
In all
Well,
seriousness, if you've
The
got
Christmas
something,
taint.
if you've got something you would like to see do one at Christmas, let us know in the chat.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
we've done Duncan, we've done Dan, done me,
Haven't
and
got-
now it's time for us.
Okay. All right. I'm going to pick something that's away from sort of TV, music, media kind of stuff. Okay. So, crap Christmas sandwiches is what I think you can do one. So,
Oh,
the Christmas sandwich, the limited edition festive sandwich, can be an absolutely beautiful thing. I had a particularly nice pulled turkey, brie, cranberry, stuffing, and pigs in blankets confection from the deli down the road for lunch today, and it was fucking phenomenal. But you cannot just stick some cranberry and a red packet on your normal fucking sandwich and call it a day. So I'm looking at you, M&S and Pret in particular. They've got some pretty poor offerings, and there's some others out there as well. They just
M&S
haven't
do a very
put
good Christmas
M&S do
sandwich as well.
a good one,
Yeah.
but they do more than one Christmas sandwich, and some of them fucking horse shit.
I agree with that.
I don't like the Christmas triple packs because I was
Yeah,
thinking it's
you
gonna
get
be a Christmas.
there's one good one, one okay one, and one where they obviously just had to get rid of them.
Yeah.
One, you can tell that it's been on its side, and that all the sort of juices and stuff have sunk through to the other one at the bottom, which is now basically just a sort of a wet tissue.
Also,
paper bit.
you've got to think your logistics. If this is a sandwich that's going to be pre-packaged and have to have a shelf life of a couple of days, you can't just whack a load of cranberry jelly in there. It's going to soak into the bread. It's going to destroy the consistency of the sandwich. It's just not going to work as an ensemble.
In that, and in those instances, what you do is you don't actually put the cranberry on the bread. You put it between the meats. If you've got multiple
you've got
meats,
to
you put
insulate
it between.
your bread.
Yeah, you use the bread to seal in the flavour.
Cheese and tomato sandwiches. The tomato cannot touch the bread.
We know the rules.
But
Doesn't-
but the
doesn't
problem is
work.
you've got that episode of Friends with where she talks about the fucking
the moist maker.
Yeah. By the way.
No, but that's
In the middle,
great.
but that's a wet layer in the
Freshly,
middle.
and that's a freshly made deli sandwich. What
Yeah.
you don't want is a moist maker sandwich that has been sat in a chilled Marks and Spencer's truck for 3 days.
I have a question.
That's
Is
true.
anyone else worried about the health of Russ's PC that keeps wobbling back and forth?
Oh, it's just my very shonky IKEA desk that I didn't
Oh, okay.
level out properly.
Okay. It's all I can look up. I'll be
It's
honest.
fine. It's not a sign of 2020 with machines growing sentient. It's sort of struggling to get towards Russ to brain him before the
To
end of
make
the year.
shit M&S sandwiches.
So Christmas sandwiches in general are very good. In St Albans, there are a lot of very good Christmas sandwiches out there.
There are.
The Hatch
Yeah.
one, amazing. The Canteen one, amazing. The Smokehouse Deli one, amazing. We've basically been living off of Christmas sandwiches and high-end takeaway delivery boxes for the last month.
But
Yeah.
as you say, all those sandwiches that you've been eating have been freshly prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You've
they're
watched
all
them
and
get
they're all
made
good.
into- Yeah. So specifically, your gripe is
Had
with
the
the pre-boxed.
had the takeaway box from Char and Nasta for dinner tonight. Got the Craft and Cleaver one coming up tomorrow, and I've had a few more recently as well. It's going to be very hard giving all this up. Did the meat liquor one last week as well. That was really good. Got their hot dog delivery kit. Had the patty and bun one a couple of times.
Do you know what's depressing, right? Living in Hemel, we get none of this shit. And we are literally a stone's fucking throw away from St. Albans.
You're a stone's throw away geographically, but if you're talking
Yeah.
culturally and just in the
Oh, God, don't
let's-
you fucking...
look, let's face it, the
Yeah.
class of people, it's more than a stone's throw, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. This is bordering in some very dangerous territory.
I have
right here.
worked in St. Albans, and I can say... I can't say anything, actually.
Yeah,
But, you
it's the
know,
problem, isn't it?
There
It's
might be
right.
a load of wankers in St Albans. Is all I'm going to say.
You lived in St Albans for quite a lot of your life, though.
Yeah, and that's why I know there's a load of wankers in St Albans.
It
Yeah,
is
I mean,
true,
they're
there are a lot of wankers in St Albans.
Yeah, not like
There
Not
are
like-
wankers.
Yeah.
No, there are like the sort of the investment banker ratio per capita is off the fucking scale here.
Surprisingly large amount of people who work for Google as well. Not that I'm saying that everyone
Really?
at Google is a wanker, but yeah, there's a few people. I
Well, they're
know
based
who
in
work
King's
for
Cross,
Google.
aren't they? Which is the easiest place
Oh,
in
that
the
makes
world
sense.
to get to from St Albans.
Yeah.
It's like 18
we
minutes
got-
on the train.
we've got a
They're
couple of
wankers.
comments. Richard Biddle says, "I know one Karen and she's average."
That's almost like the worst thing you can say about someone.
Yeah,
You know what?
Average Karen.
You're not even worth putting any effort. You're just average. You're just
Well,
noise.
that's
You're the
yeah.
human equivalent of beige.
and
One of the many tones of beige.
Mm.
and Ryan Wallace says, "Screw a pub crawl, do a Christmas sandwich crawl." Oh my God, next year in St Albans. Bearing in mind that all those places, we could definitely do like
You'd be dead after 3. You can't take that much in one go. You've got
I
to
want-
pace yourself.
What if we did it logistically in a good way? If all 4 of us were there, we could get 2, so we could have half a sandwich in each place. and then we could, then by the end of it, we'll have had 1.5 sandwiches. So
We could do it. We could definitely do it. If, assuming we're allowed to actually physically go near each other, yeah, we could definitely do a Christmas sandwich review episode.
Do you know what? That's one of the
Oh my
things
God,
I
let's do
really missed. Like, one of the things I really missed is actually being able to physically touch you people.
Yeah. And then also we could try saying to all these places, this is going to be on our podcast that 4 people watch. Can we
on
have
our
these for
live
free?
Stream. Yeah.
Live stream.
How many
It's on
people watch
YouTube.
it?
You know how many millions of people watch YouTube every day?
Yeah.
Everyone watches
Yeah.
YouTube.
Well, 1 or 2 of those might see this.
Can we
Exactly.
include a Greg's festive bake? Because I bloody love a Greg's festive bake.
So I think the
I
Greg's
think
festive bake, the Greg's festive bake is probably is okay. They put their effort into it. It does what it does, and it works very well in the Greg's ecosystem.
It
But
does. Emma
yeah,
loves a
just-
festive bake.
you can't just slap cranberry on something and call it a festive special.
No,
And this sort of
I agree.
broadly covers crappy festive drinks as well.
I agree.
The whole the red cups are out excitement really, really makes me want to start some sort of a spree every year.
You can't just add ginger to something and cook ginger or cinnamon and say, "Oh, this is a
I disagree.
the spice ginger, not just your hair. You're not.
I'm a spicy ginger.
You are a spicy ginger, and you have been called the Ginger Santa as well.
I've been recently, in fact, yeah.
Yeah.
All because I dropped something off to someone.
Yeah, but you made
Um,
their day,
I did,
like
yeah.
you make our days, Dan.
Oh, thank you.
Longer and more painful. I mean,
Nicely done. Nicely done. Are we back to me?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
for it.
go on, back to you.
Okay. The awkward conversations on Christmas Day that you've just kind of got to nod and smile at because you don't want to cause a scene. And
Yeah.
and it's evolved from outright racism to, I suppose I can't say that anymore. Like, that's
See,
what it's
this
become.
is why we've got to
No.
leave, Dan. This is why we've got to leave.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's, yeah.
I mean, my father-in-law has sometimes brought up
Be careful here, Duncan.
interesting discussion. No, I think even at Christmas time or something, he's brought up something about the Poles. Hasn't he done that?
Oh, Duncan, aren't your family Polish?
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my
Was it the? He
God.
moved on to Romanians, so
Oh. Yeah, fair enough.
it's
I mean,
great.
Yeah.
It's not. But yeah, the awkward conversations. Like, I love my grandparents, right? And I understand that they live in a completely different world to the one they grew up in. And as old people go, I think they're actually quite progressive. They probably don't need to tell me when they voted for an Asian person. Just saying, maybe. But
Yeah,
at the same time, they have. I can't go into details about what they've put up with through Christmas before, but they've put up with some stuff, and they're quite progressive. But still, I managed to find myself having a conversation, having a few beers in, where I maybe start getting a little bit too mouthy about my opinions and how things we can't talk about necessarily in this
Yeah.
podcast.
I don't know. It's difficult. You kind of, on the one hand, you're 100% right. On the other hand, you sort of have to think, well, maybe,
You don't want to cause
in a couple of decades' time, I'll be the one sat there saying things, and somebody will be saying to me, I can't say that anymore. And I'll be thinking, what a fucking nonsense.
Tom,
might
Tom
happen.
can sympathise. Tom can sympathise because he sits in this podcast going, "Oh, I can't say that."
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
say that, yeah. No,
Censor
if
time,
I
yeah.
say that, Dan will censor me.
Yeah, we will. 100%. That's exactly what happens. It's just one of those things that it has evolved from. Oh, can't say that anymore. In
Yeah.
like a jokey kind of. Well, by saying that, you have said exactly what you wanted to say. So as a result,
Yeah.
I know what you think. You don't need to say anything. We don't need to have an argument about this. But I think you're fucking wrong.
To be fair, I just pretend the guinea pigs have said it.
Yeah, you're guinea
What's
pigs.
that, Fluffball?
You're-
Yeah.
You,
It's a really
I don't think you can say
hardcore
that
right-wing
anymore.
opinions.
I don't
The
think you
world
said that anymore,
needs
Fluffball.
more pictures of guinea pigs wearing Christmas hats, Tom.
They
I just
really
wanna say
do.
that.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think the world has enough of them. We're just one more on the
No,
on the
there
conveyor
is
belt.
never enough.
That brightened my day. That's that family. Tom.
If by any chance you do want to have a look at this particular thing, you can look me up on Instagram. My tag is. Tell you what, I'm going to change my name to the tag so you can have a look at my guinea pigs because they're bloody marvellous. And also, feel free to follow.
There you
I'm just
go.
going to change it now. Here we go.
Anyway, yeah, so awkward conversations at Christmas. It doesn't necessarily have to be about racism or Brexit, but that does seem to be the one
It's
that
normally where it
causes
ends
the
up.
biggest issues. Yeah. just in general awkward conversations, like
Yeah.
with family members you don't generally see that often, but feel comfortable enough talking to you about their opinions. I'm someone that's not good in crowded situations anyway, especially with like family members that I don't really speak to very often. So when they start bringing these things up, and I'm a few beers in, I'm like, I really want to say something, but I know it's not worth the trouble. But we should say something.
I'm sort of caught in this one because I totally sympathise with what you with what you're talking about from years before. But now I have only one grandparent left. I'm a bit like, I miss those days when I would expect I would be able to leap on and kind of say, you can't really say that anymore. You know, like we don't talk about that like this anymore. This is, you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I could totally say, but I kind of miss it. I mean, funnily enough, actually, just before lockdown in Tier 4 came along, my grandmother came.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I haven't got anything left. How am I the only one to? Okay, cool.
Well,
You're
like
not
I
the
said,
only one drinking.
I mean, I can go and get another drink, but I'm going to have to, like, leave and go into
I
the
can leave the
kitchen.
stream in a minute and go and get one. You guys can prop the fort up in a minute.
How do you think I'm keeping this tree up?
What was I saying? Oh yeah, and so I saw the yeah, very nice. That was a good one. Another good one, Duncan. Very good, excellent.
It's kind of on fire tonight.
Doing really well. Doing really well. I'm
We're
very
all
proud of
drunk.
you.
That's why it sounds good.
And she, my grandmother, my mum's mum, like literally just could not be bothered to talk to me at all. She was just like, "Hi Tom, I mean I would come and hug you, but I'm not really allowed, so I'm gonna go." I was like, "All right, see you later." And then literally she came back a minute, like about 5 minutes later, and she was like, "Andrew, has he gone yet? Because I need your help to unpause the TV." "Oh, he's still here. All right, well, can you let me know when he's gone?" I was like, "Fuck me. Merry Christmas, Nan. See you later."
So yeah,
But don't
there we
worry,
go.
nothing racist coming out of her mouth this year. That I'll hear anyway.
Well, yeah, that is something that I think will be fairly limited then, which is nice. I suppose one side of it that will be, I don't know. Try and look at the silver lining of something I can't really talk about because otherwise I'll have to drink some more. So who's next? Sorry, just before that, a couple of points. Ryan Wallace says, mint hot chocolate. On the other hand, that's a taste of Christmas. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I don't mind it. A good
Yeah,
luxury hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is in relation
Costa,
to sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking mainly in the frame sandwich, it's just sort of crap festive versions of foods.
Yeah,
A drink,
exactly.
not a
So
sandwich.
if you can have a festive hot
Drink.
chocolate, put
Yeah.
some effort into it. Don't just
Yeah.
sprinkle a bit of ginger or something on the top of it. Do it properly.
Yeah.
Get some nutmeg involved.
You're-
You're right. Richard Biddle says ginger makes everything better. I'm inclined to agree. And Ryan says, speaking of ginger, my wife's literally just dyed her hair with silver and
Colonoscopies.
brown and has John Ginger. What?
Ginger would not make one of them better.
No, that's true. Richard Biddle also says guinea pigs and Santa hats is awesome as well.
Oh yes, that's
And
100% true.
Alex Ailes has just asked.
check out my Instagram. You'll see him at arclight200783.
There you go. Alex Ailes says anyone's family bad traditions they won't miss this year.
Yeah, true. I suppose. I mean, there's going to be a lot fewer games of
Yeah.
Monopoly that make people actually cry, things like that.
Yeah.
A certain
trying to-
family member of mine insists that anyone of any age in the house, bearing in mind how many children there are in our family now, anyone of any age has to open one present in turn while we're opening our presents.
That must take forever.
Which takes forever and is fucking soul destroying because everyone feels like they're on the spot when they have a crap present. You know, there's always a crap present. You open it up and you're like, whoever bought this for me doesn't know anything about me, and they've just seen something in a man's section of TK Maxx and they bought it for me. Like, it's the crap one.
It's a Borat Mankini. Yay.
Yeah. Well, it's like,
but that's they would know something about you.
Yeah. But that was going to be one of mine, actually, Tom, was going to be my inability to look happy at being given a gift, even if I am fucking in love with the gift or whether I hate the gift, always I end up looking, thank you. Like I have an inability to be able to look like I'm satisfied by it.
It's because you feel like you're on the spot.
Yeah, 100%. So that would be
Yeah.
horrible. Yeah. I used to have to give out the presents, like when I was a kid, and that was like a cute thing to do when I was a kid, like give out the presents. That's family tradition. It was less cute when I was 33 and still told to do it. And it's like I just want to kind of sit here and like have a present. and watch other
You
people
love
like-
the power.
I don't.
We still sort of did that, handing out the presents. But my sister then started really getting into doing it, and one year one of those, those lycra bodysuits things that are like the Blue Man, where it's also covers the face. She did
Yeah.
that one year, and that was absolutely terrifying. But
Well, she wore one of those to give out the presents.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a bit crazy, but it was also quite funny. But yeah, she used to really get into. I don't know.
Character apparently for this.
Don't you remember that?
Yeah, and that character being a special effects extra on a green screen stage.
Yeah, pretty well. I don't know. I don't really have any that I'm not going to miss. I suppose the fact that we can. See, we always waited until we were only allowed to open one present, really, before Christmas lunch, and then we would wait until after Christmas lunch to open all the other or more presents. Because generally, it was the when family were around, and that was always quite painful because it was usually by the evening we wouldn't be then opening the presents. So maybe I'm not going to miss that. I don't know what we're going to do this year. I haven't got a clue. But who cares?
Anyone else
Does
got any traditions they're not going to miss?
No, because I'm going to get drunk.
Yes!
Fucking smash.
That's what I'm going to not miss.
Yeah.
I was never allowed to really get drunk.
Same. Yeah, like
I often used to end up driving around quite a lot on Christmas Day. In fact, I still do. I very rarely actually get drunk, like proper
Yeah.
fall asleep in front of the telly drunk on Christmas Day.
I'm going to do that this year though.
Which these days would take me maybe half a glass of wine.
I'm on my third drink.
Who am I kidding? I fall asleep in front of the TV most nights, and it drives my wife fucking crazy.
Guys, we've got a winner. Alex Ailes then says a friend's dad always made homemade crackers and would put a pair of mum's knickers in one of the family crackers.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is excellent dadding.
You'd
Yeah,
have to
that's
wear them
brilliant.
on your head like the hat, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Which
That's
is
excellent.
a
That
smooth
is brilliant.
segue into
Yeah.
the next one.
Mhm.
Party hats. They can do one.
yes.
Oh, yes.
Even,
Yeah.
I'm going to include cracker hats because they never bloody fit. They always rip and then they just.
The slightest
hats,
pressure
no.
for anyone above the age of about 7 to wear one. No.
Party hats. Technically, this is Emma's, but I agree with her.
Really
on
does
this.
look
Yeah.
like your hat's
I
coming.
mean, my son has got one at the moment because he had an unauthorized cracker opening a couple of days ago. He's got a little, he's got a little silver crown which he loves and sort of lovingly hangs up in his bedroom every night. But I very much doubt he'll feel the same way about it when he's 27.
No, like I've got a massive bonce anyway at the best of times, right? And on top of which I've got a lot of hair. So like, the
And
the
that
Tell
is
me all
idea.
about
just,
it.
and
Tell
that's
me all
you
about it.
just talking about your dick.
I mean, obviously yes, but
Right, don't get coarse.
I'm sorry, Tom.
anyway, yeah. So the hats just don't come close to fitting on my head, and there's always
Yeah.
the pressure of I get through about 3 of them before I get there. One of my favourite things I saw was a tweet which was me and my husband reading each other
I
cracker
saw that.
jokes after spending every minute of every day with each other for the last year, and it's the Daenerys and the Thor one where they're doing this.
I agree, but at the same time, I love Christmas cracker jokes because I love how bad they are, and there is a bit of fun about
Nice.
trying to guess the punchline.
It's chapter 7 of the book, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but there's always.
Did you
there's
see
always someone
Gary
who
Delaney
keeps
put up
their-
some cracker jokes, which I think Duncan you would very much appreciate on Instagram the other day?
Oh, really?
Oh, poor Tom. He was talking, and it wasn't me this time. It was
It's
Russ.
amazing. It's amazing.
Oh,
It's like-
I just didn't what's the word? Care.
Care. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. It's
if you're tuning in now, this is an
it's
8-hour podcast where we'll devolve into insulting each other. So yes. Sorry,
It's basically
sorry,
like
Tom.
Christmas Day.
Jesus, the cat fucking sneezed again. It scared the shit out of me.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna disappear shortly anyway because I'm just gonna disappear shortly.
Is someone replacing you?
Probably just standing in for a little bit while I go to the toilet.
Okay, yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Do you need the loo? You feeling all right?
No, I feel fine. It's fine. It's just I've had a couple of Guinnesses. They work their way through quite quickly. So
Mhm.
you know.
You gonna go to the loo then?
No, not just yet. I mean, Duncan, we were still on Duncan's Christmas
Okay,
hat.
cool.
Epic.
You were about to say something fascinating and insightful.
It probably wasn't that insightful now, and maybe the moment's passed, but it was basically there's always one person, if you go to like a work party or something like that, who everyone after
Not
about
missed
5
those this
minutes
year.
after the dinner takes their cap, their crown off, but there's always one guy who always wears it all the way to the night, and is the one guy who's getting into the taxi with his crown and actually takes care to get into the cab without ruining his crown.
He's got like a fucking jaunty bow tie on.
Yes. It's that guy.
Might be me.
Yeah, we all know it's you. Let's.
Yeah, but I'm usually like blind drunk at this point, and there's a good chance that I'm not getting in a taxi. I am off to go and steal a traffic cone and put that on my head instead.
A true crown fit for a king.
True crown. Yeah, jaunty bow tie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree. Party hats, rubbish.
Yeah.
Get rid of them.
Yep.
Can I hit you with one of Gary Delaney's cracker jokes?
Go on, him.
Why does Santa call his little helpers elves?
Don't know.
Stands for employee I'd like to fuck.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
A bit of blue for Christmas. Yeah.
Amazing. What do you call a deer with no eyes?
I
No
don't
idea.
know.
It's a prick that won't shit on my roof for a third time. Oh,
Where did,
God.
oh, no,
Amazing.
I think-
Hit up
I think Tom's
Gary
gone.
Delaney comic, all one word, on Instagram. He's the absolute master of like one-liners.
Okay.
Duncan,
He's
you
got
went
a
to see him in Edinburgh, didn't you?
It was it's still one of the funniest
Yeah,
things.
genuinely
It
one
is
of the
probably
best shows I've ever
funniest thing.
seen.
He was just like, I still quote one of his jokes, which is, "Do you want to see my sex face?" It was like, "It's the boat we're going. Do you want to finish dark?" Oh, you do you? We will go dark.
Just in terms of just like
Roy Walker
sheer
was in the
laughter
audience.
for an hour. Fucking hell, Ewan!
Oh my God, Ewan McGregor's
Ewan
here.
McGregor.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to see you, mate.
Merry Christmas, boys. It's great to be here. Again,
Ewan, congratulations on getting the Disney Plus series confirmed.
Oh my God, yeah. Like we got the exclusive scoop, didn't we, years ago that we knew.
Absolutely, you did. And to be fair, that's why I'm back here today. Yeah, and you are the first on my tour circuit to confirm that indeed the news that you've all been reading on the internet is very true. And yes, here I am. I'm back on the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast, and I'm delighted to be here, boys. It's great. Absolutely superb to see you all.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. You got that weird tan again with the lines across your face, but
It's fine. It was the Andes. It was the altitude sickness.
Yeah. You're looking a bit sort of frayed and jizz stained around the left cheek as well.
yeah, a little
But
bit,
it's funny, really, because Charlie Borman's just been over, and
Yeah, say no more, say no more.
Yeah.
Quite excited.
What's
Absolutely.
the? He's got that really memorable theme tune to that show that he did, didn't he? Road to
Absolutely, the race. It was actually Race to Dakar.
Race to Dakar, City
Race to
Me,
Dakar.
yeah, City
Yeah,
Me.
it was something I don't know. It was
Yeah.
like go to Dakar by motorbike, or gonna break my arms, because he breaks his arms. He breaks.
Does he? I haven't seen it. Oh,
he
spoilers.
Charlie Borman is the type of person who will always end up breaking their arms at the most inopportune moments.
I love that it's not even arm; it's arms.
Oh, it was both of his arms. He didn't get anywhere. He's always wanted to do the Dakar Rally, but of course wasn't able to finish because he broke both of his arms, which was shocking for all involved, but not me. I anticipated it, and in fact won £20 to £30 on a bet that he would break both arms.
So
Boys.
Ewan, we're doing Christmas stuff that can just do one, like Christmas stuff we don't really like that can just go. Have you got anything?
Oh, well, I mean, you know, being such a high-flying actor and Disney Plus series star, I think it would just be the needless amount of attention that is drawn to me all the time. I mean, I'm just a normal guy. And if at Christmas, I just want to be able to make a cafetiere coffee and not have to worry about what anyone might think about what type of coffee I'm putting in the cafetiere. I'm just a normal man with millions of pounds and a big house and a Hollywood girlfriend and a bike, a motorbike. I just want to be left alone. If anything, it would just be having too much attention at this time of year when really I just want to be a normal guy with my family because I'm normal. I'm a man.
You look very normal.
You look
Thank
really
you.
normal, yeah.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
great. That's really kind of you to say. I mean, the other things, of course, would be Charlie Borman consistently ringing me to ask me if he can have a part in my new Obi-Wan series. But I've said, no, Charlie, you can't be in that series. It's not for you, Charlie. Hollywood. It's not the place to go for you.
Is the new series? What is it called? Is it called Obi or is it Kenobi?
It's called Obi-1 Kenobi :
One colon
Obi-Wan
Kenobi.
Kenobi story : The Dark Times : looking after Luke in a desert. And I think there's one episode called Sand in My Undercrackers, which is going to be my favourite, actually. The script was amazing.
Is
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously we've seen The Mandalorian. Is there scope to tie it in with The Mandalorian?
Absolutely. I mean, Tatooine has already been featured, but of course the time, the when it's set is different, because Mandalorian is like 60 years after
Why did I ask Ewan McGregor a serious fucking question?
Return of the Jedi. But yeah, I mean, no, it's just simple time. I thought you were a fan of these things, Dan. I mean, obviously I've been misinformed.
Yeah, no, you obviously got that one wrong. Sorry, I hate Star Wars. Yeah.
You hate Star Wars,
Yeah.
but I'm the best thing in Star Wars.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love the prequels. They're the best thing about it. The
I'm the best thing
prequels.
about the prequels.
You're the best. Thing about the
You
prequels.
actually are.
Yeah. To be fair, you actually are the best thing about the prequels. But yeah.
There you go. Oh, sorry. I've
That's
had
all
a few. I've had a few drinks. It's Christmas Eve.
What are you up to now then, Ewan? We probably should let you go because I don't know why, but Tom should be back by now. I'd have thought, but
He'll be back. He's very shortly. So yeah, basically just trying to be normal over Christmas, being as normal as possible because I'm a normal guy with a normal family, and
Normal
that's
guy.
it really. And
Yeah.
then we're going to be shooting Obi-1 Kenobi : looking after Luke in the sand very soon, and that's it really. And hopefully, I'll be back on this podcast at some point. I'll be back on this podcast at some point to talk you through everything that's been going on in Ewan McGregor's life.
Ewan, you're always welcome. Obviously, we love getting the exclusives. It means a lot to us. But if you could reach out to Gurnlist at some point, see if he fancies coming back on.
James, James,
Oh no, the illusion's broken.
James, yes, absolutely. James, I will hit him up for you. That will be absolutely fine. It's like business class on a plane. Never look behind the curtain because you'll just with what you see.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll let you go now, you.
Absolutely. I think Tom's arm's beginning to hurt, so I'm going to...
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry
Cheery, bye,
Christmas,
mate.
one and all. Merry
Goodbye.
Christmas. Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone.
Well, that was cool.
Ewan McGregor. Didn't know he was coming on tonight.
That was a
No.
nice surprise.
No, always nice to see.
Yeah, he's definitely looking more crinkly, like when he gets
Well,
more
he's
animated.
looking quite-
He's gonna have to get a
Quite
new,
worn and damp, isn't he?
Yes, yeah, I don't know why he cut the hole in it as well. It seemed to... Sorry, I mean, I don't know why Ewan McGregor's got a hole where a mouth should be. I don't know. Oh, hi, Tom.
Hi Tom,
Right.
how you doing?
Did you have a good week?
Yeah, it was very good, thank you. It was a bit of a long one.
Yeah, sounds it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You missed Ewan, though.
Did I?
Yeah, you.
Oh, you snipped him.
I
Yeah.
saw him. Oh, he was coming out as I was coming in.
Oh, is he staying with you? Is he?
He is, yeah. He's just a
Oh.
normal guy. He's just a normal guy. He wants everyone to really know that he's just a normal guy.
So
Nothing
where's
to...
Is
he
he-
can't.
Is he off to play with the guinea pigs?
Yeah, that's where he's staying, out there. It smells really bad in there. But,
In the hutch.
not in the hutch, but on a camp bed next to the hutch. He
Mhm.
really enjoyed himself, on the long way up. So he wants to sort of relive that experience.
I suppose
of,
he's got to stay there as well, isn't he? Really?
Well, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, he misses being with Charlie Borman, so actually living in a small shed with rodents is very, very much like that. So, yeah. Very happy. Very happy.
Anyone got any more Christmas stuff they can do? One.
Oh, I mean, I've got a
Yeah,
couple.
actually,
Yeah.
generally, a lot of Christmas songs could.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So we're expanding it out from just Michael Bublé.
Yeah,
to-
we can go to link that in with Bubbles.
Yeah, definitely.
Just all of them. Like, just give me something new. Just something good. I don't want to hear 70s. I actually am sick of hearing Wizard.
Do you not
And-
know what the people went through to record that Phil Spector Christmas album? Like, at least
so many
enjoy
guns
it.
waved in their faces.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Allegedly.
But a lot of Christmas songs, like Fairy Tale New York, Wizard, Mariah Carey.
I'm a bit bored
Wham!
of Fairy Tale in New York.
They're
I never thought that
just
happened.
so overplayed, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can't, like, no matter how good they are, and a lot of them are genuinely good songs, you just cannot help but get sick of them.
Do you know
James
Coldplay
Corden.
released one? Yeah.
James Corden at Christmas. That can do one.
Also, the 364 other days as well.
Yeah, and yeah, basically James Corden can do one.
Yeah, he is a bit much at the best of times.
The best thing he's ever done. Okay, so he did the 2016 Sainsbury's Christmas advert. He sang the song, which was fabulous. That was really good. And Gavin and Stacey. The rest of it, not really sure.
That's the
what
problem,
he
isn't
adds
it?
to the world.
Gavin and Stacey is genuinely good, so you kind of know that he can do that. And also, you do have to think to yourself, if I had just had an incredibly successful BBC sitcom and I got rung up by some producer in LA and said, "Oh, hello, would you like to make more money than you ever thought was possible in about 6 months?" I'd probably say yes.
But I'd like to think I wouldn't be as insufferable as he is
Hmm.
about the whole thing.
He is just a twat, isn't he? Like, it's yeah.
I mean, come on, James. I mean, I'm going to speak to you, James, now. If you're watching, just stop, okay? Just stop.
Just stop.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
But then also, like, he pulls out stuff like the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special the other last year was good, much to everyone's
but
surprise.
I would argue that's because Ruth Jones is involved in it. And I would argue she is one of the reasons why that is so fabulous.
Absolutely, she's one of the reasons. But it's him and her that write it very much. It's a 50-50 thing. So he is talented. He's just also an arsehole.
Yeah.
I think that's it. He is clearly very talented. Yeah.
But then that's the same as Lars Ulrich. Talented, but he's a total arsehole.
It's just a
He
left
he
turn.
leans into it a bit more.
You know who James Corden's like? That bellend from Metallica.
Yeah. The one that tried to get all that money from Napster.
Yeah.
All right, should we do some quick fires?
Yeah, Russ.
Winter Wonderlands
Oh, yes.
of either variety. So
yeah.
either the sort of what is basically it's a fair, like a fun fair, except that it's muddy and cold, and they charge you even more for everything, and it's full
So
of
much.
teenagers drunk on mulled wine trying to finger each other on the bumpers. And
Have you ever tried to do that? It's really hard.
it's almost it's more of an art than a science, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then also the kind of the one you're meant to take your children to, which who is still doing that? Bear in mind that for the last 10 years, obviously not this year, but there has been a story about this time of people who paid 50 quid to take their children to some winter wonderland that was marketed with pictures of like frozen dunes of snow and beautiful twinkly things where you go and see Father Christmas, and what it actually turns out to be is a muddy car park behind an industrial estate in Staines with a hungover bloke wearing a red suit and sort of just 15 acres of mud and a depressed chicken in the corner that they say is a reindeer.
It's a festive chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's been one of those has popped up and got sued into oblivion every year for the last 10 years, and how people are still falling for it, I just don't understand.
Did you ever go to the one in London that everyone made the massive fuss about? Like
The Hyde Park one?
The Hyde Park Winter
No.
Wonderland. It was shocking. It
Like
was
everyone loves it though.
But I don't. Do
They
they?
love it because the only experience they have is, like Ross said, like by the end of the night, they're so fucked off their tits on mulled wine. That
Just
of course, you're having a
Finger
great
to
time.
like within, just like
Like most of the people there are sales execs being taken out by their boss who has zero imagination.
yeah.
So they're not having to pay for all the extortionate food and drink. It's just no.
The only thing that's actually seems worthwhile and people like are when they've done the Botanic Gardens, like up here, Edinburgh Botanic Gardens, the ones in Glasgow. There's the Enchanted Forest up in Perthshire.
You see, those both sound very lovely, and I'm guessing that neither of those have a centrifuge ride blasting out 90s techno.
No, they all look really quite beautiful, and they're not extortionate.
I remember walking home where there's the interior design building that you walk past to get back to my parents' house. I was hammered, and they'd done the entire garden up to look like it had snow, and they'd done it to look like Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. That would be more impressive than my experience with Winter Wonderland.
I mean, funnily enough, actually, that segues into one thing that really gets on my tits at Christmas time, is the people who dress their houses up in so much lighting that you're pretty sure that Sellafield is basically routing all their power to that house. It's just insane.
Yeah.
The level of fuckery some people will go to at Christmas.
I think my problem with that is it's too easy these days.
It's too easy. To get yourself a string of LEDs and
like back at like sort of 20 years ago. Like there was a house on Beach Road in St Albans that always used to do this.
Yeah.
The guy he passed away this year. He was an electrician, which you kind of had to be back then to do this. He had to like do some magic with his electricity supply to get it to work, and it was a genuine achievement that he'd managed to do this. Whereas now you can just go on Amazon and buy like a thing that you just drop over your house. Or the worst are those ones, the cheap ones, where it's just a projector that you stick in your front garden that like beams lights onto your house.
There's a couple of them around here. Yeah.
Our neighbour has that of snowflakes.
Fucking cheating, mate.
It's always snowflakes. Yeah.
Sometimes
Fucking snowflakes.
Actually, someone in Bon Hill got it. Didn't set the light correctly. And so
Just a little lap shot from down there.
It was reindeer and Santa, and they were. And
Those of
elves,
you that
and
had trousers on in this week's 50-50 sweepstake.
and it was upside down. So they got it wrong. So everything was moving around. It was all upside down, including the Merry Christmas that was included. So that was like fail.
Big
there's
inflatable snowmen and big inflatable
they look
Santa
shit, don't
Clauses. They really piss me off.
Yeah, but can you imagine how much skill that must have covering your house in lights in the days where one broken bulb meant the whole lot went? That was an undertaking.
Yeah.
Whereas these days it's all just LEDs. They don't take up that much power. You buy these sort of pre-made nets and displays and things. You just chuck a few up. It's not that much of a big deal.
The other thing was that, and now everything is small and the timers are better than they were. And so everything is small packs of batteries, but he had to plug everything in, as you say, reroute everything, and then you had to set them on those old style plug timers so that they would come on when they were meant to. It was
they're raising money for charity because that was the big thing actually.
Yeah.
So we will put a link up on the Instagram. The house has always been still impressive. Like it's not like your average just.
Oh, that one is always a step above.
Yeah, like it's not.
There's too many pretenders these days.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas this is like a big deal, and they earn money for charity. So we'll put a link up for that as well. And if you're in the St Albans area, go see it and give them some money.
Yeah, bottom of Beach Road. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Any more?
Yep. Elf
Got
on
him?
the Shelf. What the fuck?
Aye,
that can fuck
man.
right off. Just get the fuck out my face. Just fuck off.
Are you doing it this year?
No, we're not doing it. We're never doing
I
it.
don't know anyone this angry who's not doing it.
Duncan's just been told to keep it down.
I know plenty of people this angry who are doing it, and must get to like 11:30 at night. You're fucking shattered. The kids are going to be up at 5:30, and then your other half says to you, "We need to do the fucking elves."
I have no sympathy.
Yeah, I know. We've got friends who are genuinely losing their minds over this.
Yes,
I had 2 stuffed.
They look
sausage
miserable.
dogs, wrapped the elf up in Christmas paper
Mhm.
recently, and there have been other times where we've literally just like shoved the elf into like a box or something like that, and just had his legs dangling out the front with like the 2 sausage dogs sat on top. But it genuinely gets to around 10:30, 11 at night, and both of us with something alcoholic sitting on the couch like this, suddenly go, "Oh fucking hell!" And like the wife always goes the extra mile, man. She made it a fucking zip line, like it had gone zip lining down through the entire living room. It was amazing, but like it's just this, like it becomes this whole thing that has to happen every day. And if Vinny comes down in the morning, the elf hasn't done anything, then I mean it's more than our lives are worth.
Daddy, is the elf dead?
Yes, I killed it.
The other problem, of course, these days is that Instagram is full of these parents like, well, we just we know some visual effects experts actually. So what we've basically done is recreate the battle scene of Avengers Endgame in the living room, and the elf is in the middle of it. It was quite simple, really.
That was very simple. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's brilliant. Anyway, living their best life on Instagram, which by the way is another thing at Christmas that can fucking do one, because we know that everyone is just as miserable as everyone else, and that one moment, like my family photo, that one perfect moment, it took 5 minutes or so to get it all set up and stuff like that, and it was absolutely fantastic. And then someone has a meltdown straight after that thing's been taken, and then all the Christmas cheer starts to drain from your face.
The fame gets to the guinea pigs' heads. They start doing coke. Yeah, and it's
Well,
just
exactly.
like,
I mean, that's the point. I'm setting up an Instagram account for both of them now. It's just that's it. It's just them now.
You're going to monetize your pets.
You will have large. They'll have large numbers of followers, like in the thousands probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Actually,
Just
on
one
Instagram,
question
I
about the
didn't-
elves. What's the point? Why?
Yeah, it's a bit of fun for the kids.
Is it though?
Yeah.
It's like advent calendars. It's like another thing you do daily. Except advent calendars involve no effort except for picking it up from Sainsbury's.
Exactly. And we've got one of those ones with drawers, and it's nice and easy because before it was just for Emma and I. This year is the first one that Phil can actually take part in. And before previous years, Emma and I just exchanged cheese and Leberkuchen. And so I used to get cheese, and she got Leberkuchen. This year, he just got some biscuits, and it's easy because you just go, "Oh, we haven't done it quite yet. All right, well, we'll just distract him enough so we can put something in." Boom, then he's really happy. Elf on the Shelf, I just don't see the point. Sorry, Tom. I just think it's pointless. I think it's shit. It just builds you up for complete and utter failure, and eventually you're just not going to remember what you've done before, and then you're going to be caught out, and it's just shit.
What's the point of trying, eh?
Exactly.
I mean, look. At the end of the day, I just have to make come to terms with the fact that he loves the elf. He absolutely adores it. He's going to be up at like fucking 5 o'clock. Right, that's another thing that can fucking do one on Christmas Day as well. Is waking up way overexcited at like fucking 3 in the morning, having to be basically blackmailed back into bed, only for them to wake up 2 hours later at 5 or 5:30, and then that's it. Kids are up, you're up. So
I think this is why just 1 year you need to, if that happens, you say, oh, you've disturbed him. It's still the middle of the night, and you've frightened him off. He's gone, and they'll be back in bed very quickly.
Never coming back.
Blacklisted the house.
What time do you think this is the time that your little ones are going to wake you up super early?
He's fairly good at staying in bed until the yellow suns come up. Fairly good. And I think we're going to stick a stocking like in his bed.
Yeah.
So that he's got something to wake up. So at least if he just wakes up and comes into our bedroom rather than having to actually go downstairs.
I think it'll be next year for you where this becomes the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy it. It's wonderful.
Yeah. He's super into the whole Santa thing this year. Like very into it. And also it means that this year the whole I think if you carry on like this I'm going to have to phone Santa has become incredibly effective.
Yeah. Have you I mean I've used it a couple of times where I've actually had to
I've busted out a couple of times. Yeah, you feel
I've been
quite bad doing it, but you can't deny the results.
I always go, oh, Vinny, I've just got a text from Santa who says, yeah, this kind of behaviour, you are beginning to drop down the list a little bit.
Yeah,
here, mate.
and he scamps. And you get him go. Can you tell him I'm eating my carrots? Can you tell him? Can you take a picture? Tell him.
I don't know. He's not responding. He's, usually there's 2 blue ticks, Vinny, and these are still grey. So I don't think he's seen it actually.
I love
Maybe
that
tomorrow
you got
morning.
Santa on WhatsApp.
No, it's not.
But
it's
they
not
do
It's not
that's
hard.
that they do like our Santa visit this year was on Zoom.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And it was so yeah. He's fully prepared to believe that Santa is up to date
There
with all the
was-
latest.
Santa's pretty
Latest
techy
tech.
these days.
There was a socially distanced Christmas thing where, because of the toddler group in the hall, and whilst we could actually do it in Scotland, and it was limited numbers, and Santa came in, Dylan looks up, didn't give a shit, was happy playing on the car. So
Yeah,
he's
fair
too
enough.
young to appreciate it at
Yeah.
the moment. He might
They
do.
either don't give a shit or are actively terrified of Santa for the first few years.
I will
Last
always.
year he was terrified. He was in tears on Santa's knee.
Yeah.
He just went, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
because
our neighbour.
what
It
you've
was
done there
even
is
better.
taken a baby and stuck him on the lap of a stranger whose face you
Not
can't
a
see
stranger.
properly.
It
It's
was our
terrifying. That's probably even
Yeah, but
worse.
behind the
Santa last year was our neighbour, dressed up. So, wasn't a stranger. But anyway,
I
yeah.
will always remember my parents saying, if you're naughty, you'll get a stick for Christmas. And then coming down one Christmas and them thinking it was fucking hilarious that there was nothing under the tree except this long cylindrical thing wrapped up, which was a stick. And then watching me cry my eyes out, going, I thought I'd been good. I thought I'd been good. And then go, nah, here they are.
Amazing. Right, we've been
Yeah,
banging on for like an hour and a half. We should probably. Have we got any quick fire ones to finish with?
Yes, the myth of Christmas spirit.
Yep, fine, great.
Yep.
That one's
It
quite a
doesn't,
big.
it doesn't
That's
exist.
a
It's not
bleak
real.
hole.
Yeah, okay, fine.
If you're ruining this is serious. If you're ruining a sales assistant's life, who are putting in more effort than they do most of the year, because you can't get a PS5 because you decided to leave it to December 20th to try and get a PS5, don't is the answer.
Are
Because
people actually walking in and asking if you've got any?
yeah,
Christ.
because what you're actually doing is moving your anger for being ill prepared to get something that was really hard to get hold of in the first place, over promising someone that you could get hold of one, and taking it out on someone that's working incredibly hard to try and satisfy everyone, as many people as they possibly can, in an incredibly difficult situation. That is a false sense of Christmas spirit, and you're ruining other people's lives to try and get to it. Don't do
I
it.
agree with that. I agree with that, but I also understand, Dan, that you and all the other retailers are probably sitting on a massive pile of PS5s like Smaug.
Yeah.
No.
Just like
Because after this year,
Absolutely
why
not.
would retailers not want to just hold back probably some of the most profitable things they could sell just for shits and giggles?
It's just pissing people off. It's brilliant.
Yeah, that's what we love doing, because we love. I love dealing with sales assistants that are crying because someone shouted at them
Okay,
at
fair
Christmas.
enough. Sorry,
No, I'm joking. It's fine.
it wasn't me. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, get your own PS5, Tom.
Yeah. Any more?
Perfume adverts.
Perfume adverts. They can
Yes.
fuck off. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Why are they always abstract films?
Because you can't put a smell on the television.
Yeah,
Have you
I'd
seen that
never even
one where
thought about
where the bloke's in like the Mad Max sort
just
of thing,
like,
and he
can
does
you imagine though,
Mm.
like just
Yeah.
wafting your armpits at like, huh?
so like this smells like post-apocalyptic magic
Yeah.
men.
So it means
It
we
smells like
we have to see
sweaty
Johnny
leather.
Depp prancing around on the telly far more than we'd like to at the moment. And then there's that other one with the guy going, "I'm not going to be the person you expect me to be anymore." Fuck off.
Also, when did Links Africa
Is that-
become a
is
thing
that-
again?
Yeah, but is
dunno.
that one the I'm not going to be the person you expect me to be in? Oh, it's the press conference one. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I believe it is Bleu de Chanel.
the de Chanel.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This might be controversial. I'm going to
Really
say
sad.
Christmas cards.
I agree.
Oh, complete fucking waste of effort and
Yeah.
really bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally
the,
agree.
It's
the
organised,
greetings card
and all it
industry
does is make
in
me feel-
general can fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, all it does is make me feel bad if someone else gives me one because I'm just like,
Right.
you're not going to get one from me. You know?
No clue.
Yeah,
no
and when you
clue.
get one,
Yeah.
you're like, I don't want
Just tell
this.
me. I'm not going to look at it again. I'm going, oh, that's. I'm not going to go around my Christmas cards reading them, going, oh, isn't that nice?
I can't
Merry
remember
Christmas, love.
what comic it was, but somebody had a bit about how like when do you throw you kind of either have to throw away a Christmas card immediately or you have to keep it forever.
Yeah.
Because
Or give it
what's
back.
the other thing? You like keep it around for a year or so and then go, I've enjoyed this enough now. I'm going to retire it.
I think we could end it by if we're those people who always, whenever anyone gives us a Christmas card, we go, "Oh, you must really like me to give me a Christmas card, but you must hate the environment. You must really hate the planet you live on, and that's fine. That's your choice. I'm just gonna give that back to you, and you can put that in the recycling because I believe that that's where this should be. Thanks for that. Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
obviously.
Just looking them dead in the eyes, put it straight into a paper shredder.
I used to burn some
kind.
of mine
They're literally-
after Christmas. They became kindling.
Hmm.
You should literally
Keep
put
on.
them straight into a paper pulper. Literally just some guy with a pestle and mortar. Just, it's all right, mate. I got it. Right, who else? Come on, quick fire ones.
I'm done. I think.
Spent.
Yeah.
90 minutes. There we
Yeah,
go.
I'm pretty much out. I'd also put mince pies and boilers breaking down. on
Okay,
the
no,
list.
yeah. Boilers breaking down. That's more of a personal
Yeah.
one, I'd imagine, Russ. But
Yep.
mince pies, just quickly.
Several
Thanks.
thousand unexpected quid going out at the end of the year. Hooray!
That's
Onyx fancy mince pies, overly fancy mince pies, they can fuck off.
bad. Yeah,
Pretty
what's
Pretty
it
much,
say
called?
pretty much
Heston
any mince
Blumenthal.
pies can fuck off. I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm
not
not
into them.
With
yeah.
a 6-pack of Mr. Kipling
Yeah.
mince pies, they're
Yeah.
great. Or,
Yeah.
or supermarket owned. Why not?
Heston Blumenthal's mince pies. I know there was a lot of chat, and some friends love them, but they're not mince pies.
God, was
If
there
it's
a lot of
not-
chat about those fucking mince pies?
But they're not mince pies. There wasn't even mince meat in them.
Was that those
No.
cherry ones?
God, fuck off.
So I
Oh,
did actually
God.
like those, which just proves that they're not mince pies because I don't like mince pies.
But there you go then. So they're not
Mm.
mince
Yeah.
pies. They're just Christmassy fruit pies.
God,
But they
mince,
can also piss off. So
mince
can he.
pies and talking about whether you put your fucking cream on first on scones. That conversation can be one. That's for a different time, though. That's nothing to do with Christmas.
Cream
That's just-
first, jam on the top, because the
Who
cream,
gives a
the
shit,
cream
Russ?
is doing the job of the butter.
Russ,
Well, do you know
No.
what
who
else?
cares?
Do you know what else really annoys me is that but just one more thing is obviously that the supermarkets even at Christmas are stocking mini eggs, which
Yes. Too
can-
many mini eggs.
If they were, I would be knee deep in mini eggs right now.
Yeah.
Tom, I'm with you. I just don't want those mini eggs in my face.
No, it's
No,
so
no.
annoying. It's so
It
annoying.
really
Come on, these are for Easter. Come on. Anyway, sorry, I couldn't resist that one. That was so good.
I'm glad someone else was thinking that. I
Oh,
was thinking
amazing.
about it
I was
tonight.
like, oh my god, how did I get this in? Anyway, if that's everything said and done, we'll
Yes, get
wrap
out of
this
here.
up. We'll wrap this up right now. If you've been watching us on YouTube, thank you very much for watching us on YouTube. You're going to get a wave right now. Wave, everyone. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching us on the YouTube stream. If you were listening to us on a podcast from iTunes, Spotify, platform you choose to listen to your podcast on, thank you very much as well. If you want to interact with us at all over the Christmas break, hit us up on Instagram, Twitter or Facebook using @TMTOOH. You'll be able to hit us up, share with us all the news, views and opinions that you want to. And on that note, we're going to say goodbye to Dan.
Goodbye. Merry
We're
Christmas,
going to
everyone.
say goodbye to Duncan.
Bye. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, through the Christmas flap.
Duncan's had a beer.
goodbye to Russ.
Happy Christmas, y'all.
It's goodbye from me. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, enjoy the festive break. And on that note, cue the Christmas music.
Joyeux.